Hi, this is Dr. Gary, and welcome to the Weekly Tune-Up. I want to thank all of you for being in contact with me over the last couple of weeks. Several people have coincidentally written to me about one of the videos that I did almost I guess it's about 5 years ago now. Can't believe we've been doing these tune-ups for 5 years. And this particular tune-up was entitled, Are Your Eyes Smiling? And that's kind of a crazy little title, and what does that really mean? And one of the viewers wrote to me and said they thought that was the best video that's on YouTube. Now, I'm not promoting myself to say that, but they made a comment and you can see it on there. And I think what they got out of this is something I want to expound upon a little bit today. So we'll kind of go back into that a little bit since it's so old and talk about this, because I see this a lot. I have people talk to me about it a lot. And it's simply this. If you walk up to someone and you notice that they have a smile on their mouth, however, it's something not right about it, and you can look in their eyes and see their eyes aren't smiling, because we can see that. It's like when you talk on the telephone, you can tell if somebody's smiling or not, and you can't see them. What is that? Well, some of the New Agers and people that are spiritual will say it's an energy that you're putting out. And it kind of is, because that energy is created through the neuromuscular memory of our mind that translates into minimal cues on our face. We call those idiodynamic responses, things that we're involuntarily doing and we're not realizing it, like the way we blink our eyes or the way we even breathe sometimes is all involuntary. Also, a lot of times our skin tone and color and some of the musculature in our eyes and around our face is involuntary. We think certain things and certain things happen on our face that are tiny. However, a very seeing eye can notice that, and then it translates in their mind that something's not right. We call that incongruity. Well, this viewer that wrote to me thought that this was a valuable video because it talks about what's going on inside of us. Because what's going on inside of us actually translates to our face. And I know you've been somewhere, or you've been on a date, or you've talked to your spouse and you've asked them something and they said something and you looked at it and you knew something was not right with that or truthful about that. But everything looked okay, but yet something didn't look okay. Probably it was when you looked into their eyes, you could see that incongruity. And this incongruity comes from the stuff that's going on inside of us. You know, each one of us have stuff. And that stuff is a complex equivalency of our life, our belief systems, the things that we believe, the things we don't believe. And many times people are not very good at translating what the truth is inside them because they just don't know it themselves. Some people live in incongruity so long in their life it just feels normal. In fact, happiness feels weird. So if your eyes aren't smiling, and you know if they are or if they're not even by looking at your eyes, because you can feel it inside. The next time you talk to someone, look at them and ask them, how are things going for you in your life? And listen to what they say, but then watch and notice the vibration you get from them. You're going to know, you're going to be able to tell even without the answer, because you'll be able to see it. And this goes on with all of us all day long, with our spouses, our kids, our neighbors, our teachers, our friends. And it gets into these weird discussions, and sometimes they're uncomfortable discussions. And rather than getting into one of those discussions, what we want to start doing is just pay attention and do one thing that's bigger than anything you can do. And that is to have compassion for that person if you see this incongruity. Their mouth smiling and their eyes not. Every one of us are on this planet together. And we are together whether we want to admit it or not. And we have to live together. And we have to work with each other. And believe it or not, I think one of the high orders of the humanity that I understand it is we're supposed to learn how to take care of each other. And that doesn't necessarily mean pay for everything for someone or give them a house or home. It means take care of them emotionally. If you run up to someone who has a smiling mouth but the eyes just are not smiling, have compassion. You do not have to dig into it, just to have compassion, understand maybe what's going on in this person's life is creating incongruity inside them, and they just don't know how to express it or feel safe about talking about it. Sometimes it has to do with forgiveness, just not forgiving someone. Gives us a negative energy inside that is like a emotional cancer that can tear us apart, create disease, create problems, health issues. So today, let's really take a look at the people we come in contact with. How about going through the check stand at a grocery store and ask how that person's doing and watch them? And watch their mouth and watch their eyes. And one of the nicest things you can do is tell them how much you appreciate them being there. How many times do you think they hear that? So today, it's time to have some compassion and ask yourself, are my eyes smiling? And if they're not, work on it and become more authentic within yourself. Therefore, you will become more authentic externally, and then you will also have people become more authentic with you. Let's work on it. Until next time, this is Dr. Gary. If you would like to receive these videos when I produce them and post them, simply subscribe to the TuneUpChannel.com. Until next time, you have a great week. Bye-bye.